I think okay. So how many of you today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think who will be the first? Just present what uh I think about 5 to 6 people uh you report or present what you have prepared, but I think for time it should be about 10 minutes for each, right? Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 approximately about uh 1 hour and half, right? So I don't know, I don't have the name list in my hand. So
So can I
I
start first?
yes,
Can I
okay,
start?
okay. Any.
Yeah, yes, because I have a class shortly. So I would like to start first.
Yes.
Yes, today I will be,
Show your face too.
oh,
Okay.
I'm at another place. Hold on for a while. Hold on. Give me uh okay, never mind.
Okay.
Um, can I close the video? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay, teacher, I chose five venerables. Okay, and these five
Yes.
venerables are Venerable Bahiya Daruchi Riyatera,
Yes.
Pilinda Wachatera, Sona
Yes.
Kolivisa Thera,
Yes.
Mahakasapa Thera, and
Yes.
Makali Thera.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to start with Venerable Bahiya. Yes, and
Yes.
he, among the Buddha's disciple, he is the one that is the Buddha declared that he attained arahantship the fastest.
Yes.
Yes, and okay, and story how his story comes about is
Huh?
do we need to tell his story or just tell what we learn?
I think tell what you learn because story I think nearly all of
Ah,
us just know
yes.
already. But if you
Okay,
want to tell the story, maybe you just tell in briefest. Yes.
I see. Okay, and this story is about this Venerable Bahiya. He actually go on a ship, and the ship actually sunk, and he is one of the survivors. So when the ship sunk, his clothes all broken, and then he walked into the village. He make his clothes using the tree bark and the leaves. So when he walked into the village, people thought that he is enlightened because he let go everything. That is why he wear the uh, clothes made from leaves. So people give him food and listen to him and everything. So they treat him as an arahant. So he also feel that, oh, okay, maybe I'm an arahant because after some time, people treat him like that. He also think that he was like
Mhm.
that. But one of his friend right now is a the over at the higher level of the heaven, and he came and he told this Venerable Bahiya that you shouldn't be like this. You have not attained arahantship, and yet you are telling a lie to people that you are arahantship. So he feel shameful, and he asked, where can I learn? And this friend told him that Buddha is already enlightened, and he is in a place that is very far away. So
Mhm.
this Venerable Bahiya, he feels shameful, And he immediately wants to look for the teacher, which is Buddha, to learn about how he can become a Arahant. So the story I learned from here is that we should not follow anyone that says that, oh, this is an Arahant, or this is a enlightened, has been enlightened, and we just follow blindly. We should look at the person and then see if this person is truly enlightened, so that we will not be tricked into believing anyone at all. And secondly is that I feel that we should learn from this Venerable Bahiya that even though everybody learn from him and feel that he is the Arahant and he is at the higher level, but once he knows that he is in the wrong, he practice Hiri and Ottappa, and he immediately become humble and feel sorry and wants to learn from the teacher. Yeah, and also his story is that he became he achieved Arahant already, but he do not have the previous life. He did not offer any robes or bowls before, so he is not able to become a monk. So after that, he passed away from his karma because one of the cow ran into him. Yeah, so one thing I learned that we must do any merit, must offer bowl and offer robes and food and anything, just in case
Sure.
in any
Sure.
lifetime we need it.
Yes.
Yes. And another one is Venerable Pilinda, and he is one of the Buddha disciple that is foremost loved by many deva. So it's one of the story that in one of the lifetime, he is the universal monarch king, and he persuade many people to do merit. And because of this, many people, many of them went to the heaven. So when he become a monk and he achieved arahantaship, so many deva come and rejoice in his merit. So that is why he is foremost loved by many deva. And one of his bad character, not character, but habit is that when he speak to other people, he is using impolite words. Not because he wants to, but for many, many lifetime, he was a king and in the higher class. So he get used to speaking to people in an impolite way. So when people feel that he speaks in an impolite way, they feel angry. And one thing I learned from here is that we should not be angered when other people did not use good words. Sometimes we should look beyond what are the words that is being spoken. Maybe this person is not like, maybe not well educated, or maybe he's like this Venerable Pilinda Wacha. He used the impolite words, but the heart is kind. So we should actually befriend this type of people instead of befriending someone who has who can sweet talk and say many, many good things, but inside the heart is actually quite scheming. Yeah, so we have to be careful on this. Yeah, so this is from Venerable Pilinda. And another one is Venerable Sona Kolivisa Thera. And this monk, he tried very best to attain enlightenment. So he tried walking meditation, but could not achieve. And then he tried crawling, and then he got his hand, his knee, and his feet all hurt, but he still could not achieve the enlightenment. So Buddha told him about the story of a 3-string guitar. One string is very tight, one is very loose, and one is just nice. So after he learned about this, and he feel that, oh, middle way is the right way to go, and he practiced some more and he attained arahantship. Yeah, so this is also the lesson that we should learn, to not be extreme and just be neutral and take the middle way. Yeah. And another one is a Venerable Mahakassapa Thera. So he was a king before he become an enlightened. So when he was a king, he is always looking forward to the triple gem. He always asks around, is there Buddha happening or Dharma or Sangha? So one day, some merchants came to his country and told him that the triple gem has happened. So he was very happy and immediately.
Sorry, I'm sorry. What is the name of this Thera? Kapina or
Mahakassapa Thera.
Mahakassapa?
Yes.
No. What the story that you're telling is Kapina?
Sorry, Mahakapina. Sorry. It's Mahakapina. Sorry.
Okay. Go on.
Sorry, and I think I put the wrong name also, Mahakapina, instead of
Yeah.
Mahakassapa. So yes, Mahakapina. So he was very happy, and immediately, at the time that he learned about this, immediately he let go of all his being a king, wealth, and everything. He just rode his horse together with 1,000 of his follower, minister, and everyone, then just go towards the place Buddha is. So even if he has to cross the very big three rivers, he also just go straight forward. Yeah, so one thing I learned from here is that if we find the right teacher, we need to be decisive and act immediately. Yeah, so, and also if we find that it is something that is good, we need to be fearless and very determined to seek the right teaching. Yeah, so this is one thing I learned.
Yeah.
And Venerable Vakali Thera, he is the one that I think teacher just mentioned last lesson. And he is looking at, he loved the Buddha outer appearance, and he become a monk just because he wants to listen more to the to Buddha. So one day Buddha feels that he need to take a very serious action to let Venerable Vakali knows that this is not the right way. So he asked Venerable Vakali to leave the monk group. So Venerable Vakali feels very sad, and to the extent that he wants to kill himself. So he went to the cliff, and luckily Buddha happens to be there, and then he speak to Venerable Vakali and ask him to let go. And once he is able to let go the obsession with Buddha, the appearance and the physical body, so he attained enlightenment. Yeah, he attained arahantship. Yeah, so one thing I learned from, two things I learned from this story is that we should not be feel like it's the end of the world, because sometimes during our lowest time is actually the next thing that can happen. It will be the best. It's just like when we say the darkest hour is just before the dawn. Yeah, so many times it happens to me as well. So sometimes when you feel that you are at your lowest point, but the next thing that happened is the best thing that happened. Like, yeah. So I feel Venerable Vakali should be more positive And the other thing is that we should not be obsessed with anything, because once we are obsessed, we cannot have a good judgment, and we becomes biased. So we need to have neutral stand so that everything in life is balanced. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kim. You present very good and clearly. Okay, I don't want to waste time, but I just turn to who is the next?
Sorry?
Who is the next person who will
next,
be the next
Kim?
presenter? Please show up.
Good afternoon, teacher. Hello.
Who is that?
Kim here.
Oh, Kim, right?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ajahn. Good afternoon, everybody.
I think you present already, no? Who is the presenter first? What is the name?
Just now was Maisie. Maisie.
Okay. So now the second line is returned to Kim, right?
Yes.
Kim Ma, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ajahn.
Kim Ma, please
Okay.
present your idea.
I'll try my best, Ajahn. Okay, I got the first the story of.
Can you show up your face, or you don't like to show up?
I thought I turned on my
If
video
if you
already.
can.
She's showing
Okay.
already. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Okay. Okay, I've got 4 disciples in total, and then the first 2 are Venerable Sariputta and Mokkallana. So
Okay.
I learned a lot, especially from Venerable Sariputta, and being the chief disciple of the Buddha. So 2 of them, the story always mentioned together, and they are good friends since many lifetime ago. And since the first life when Sariputta was born as Sarada, and when he made the first aspiration to be the right chief disciple, so both of them worked closely together for about 1 asankaya and 100,000 eons, and to be reborn as Sarada. To be reborn as Sariputta and Mokkallana. So the first life that he began with, he was Sarada, a wealthy Brahmin. He has been a virtuous friend of Kalayimitta to his good friend, that is Sirivaddhana. That is the future of Venerable Mokkallana. So when Sarada, he realized he is bored of this worldly life, he want to be aesthetic. So he immediately went to invite his friend Sirivaddhana to join him to be ascetic, but Sirivaddhana said, "You go ahead." So, but even that he didn't join him. When Sirivaddhana finally met the Buddha Anumatasi, and he get to make his aspiration in front of the Buddha, and the first person he thought of was his good friend Sirivaddhana. And so he went right away. He went to see his friend and invited his friend to make merit, to offer to Buddha, and also make the aspiration of becoming the left chief disciple of the future Buddha. And this friend joined him. So that's how 2 of them work together for the many lifetime in many Jataka story. These 2 good friends always work together when they were animal, deities, or human. They work so closely and they love each other so much until they were born in the same lifetime as Upatisak and Kolita in this the last lifetime when they met, or before they met Gautama Buddha. So this part of the story highlighted the importance of Dharma friend or Kalayanitta to our cultivation. Even as what Buddha said, the spiritual friend or good companion, good comradeship is the whole of the holy life. Meaning, having a good friend, good Dharma friend, lead us to our cultivation. So I think this is very important. And I think for myself, I encourage myself to be good friend to others as well, so that I will have a good Dharma friend in future. And as much as I can, wow, I wish like, wow, how nice to have a good friend like Sariputta. And he always remember his good friend, you know. Even got one lifetime, Sariputta was Deva, but he still remember his friend, and you know, trying to help his friend to do good. So that was like, wow, very nice. So I wish I could be like that. And Buddha always encouraged other monks to look upon these two chief disciples, because two of them really work very closely. That Sariputta is a mother who teach the new monk to go to the stream entry level, and Mokkallana will continue to train them in detail for the highest goal till they attain arahantship. So I think this part I learned that to be able to work as a team, it's best that we know the person's strength, and also so that we can work closely, as in how we can complement each other, just like Mokkallana complement with Sariputta in order to groom the monks to the highest level of attainment. So this is like, wow, very very nice. And both of these venerables, they really display very devout respect and absolute homage to the Buddha, and they safeguard the Sangha community. So one example was they won back a group of 500 young monks who were led astray by Devadatta. This is, I believe this is not an easy job, but they did it. And another time was when a group of stubborn monks misbehaved by joining nightlife. So that they had tarnished the dignity of the Sangha. So even after repeated admonition, these monks still don't want to, change. So the Buddha sent Venerable Sariputta and Mokkallana to deliver the penalty of banishment. So from here, I feel that their devotion and absolute homage to the Buddha is really very admirable. Even at the last moment of their life, they paid highest homage to the Buddha before entering final Nibbana. So this point really increased my faith on the Buddha, because it's that these two very excellent Arahant, they really pay so much respect to this teacher. That means this teacher must be very, very good with all the magnificent qualities that deserve the highest respect from his disciple. So even though I don't get to see the Buddha by myself, but then this part of the story built up my confidence. And as for Venerable Sariputta, he is really humble, and he is known for his caring nature. He would check on the well-being of fellow monks and monitor the condition of the monastery ground, and attend to the needs of the sick monk, and hands-on to even tidy up any mess, and personally by himself. So despite being the chief disciple, and he was also known to be quick in seeing the virtues in others. Such example is that he is the one who recalled the elder Radha. Radha had ever offered one ladder of rice as alms, and Venerable Sariputta willingly ordained him under the instruction of the Buddha. This is a very challenging task because all other monks wouldn't want to do that because Radha was old already. So it was very challenging to be his preceptor monk. So as for, in addition to his humility, Venerable Sariputta was willing to receive correction by a 7-year-old novice who pointed out the misalignment of his robe. So Venerable Sariputta quickly adjusted his robe and folded his hand in gratitude to the novice and addressed him as teacher. Oh, this was a very magnanimous attributes of Venerable Sariputta. Really touched my heart because when we study this story, we learn to know more about the state of being an Arahant, that everything the Venerable did was purely for the sake and well-being of others. And it is the real state of purity without any traces of defilement. So this is very motivational to me. and I learned to be more mindful in my behavior and to practice more self-check and to always stay calm or grounded and be humble. Another example of Venerable Sariputta is Katanyu Kataweti. Despite his attainment, Venerable Sariputta never forget the gratitude of the Buddha and his first teacher, that was Elder Venerable Assachi. Whenever in their presence, he would first pay respect to the Buddha and then to the Elder Venerable Assachi. And whenever Sariputta was away or in the absence of the Buddha and Venerable Assachi, he would bow towards the direction where the Buddha was and the direction to the location of the Elder Venerable Assachi. Then when he sleeps, he will put his head pointed towards their direction. So, that was superb. And as a filial piety, son with a filial piety virtue, in his final days of his life, Venerable Sariputta set on the journey to his mother, who actually had wrong views. So even the last moment in his life, he still think of paying gratitude to his mother. So he went home and then he actually helped the mother to attain Sotapanna level, which the mother was very grateful. So to me, I think this is very important. As a practicing Buddhist, I paid particular emphasis on paying gratitude to my parents, to my venerable master, teachers, and those who have rendered their help to me, because I believe in karma and also rebirth. And the chances of meeting someone who is kind to help us may not happen that easily. So if we treasure this good relationship, we may meet again in future lifetime, just like those all the great story of the Buddha disciple. And we will be born in better state of being. So and also by praying gratitude to our benefactors, we actually cultivate tolerance, respect, and compassion. And also we train ourselves to open to see the good in others and to learn to appreciate the imperfection in life. So I'm very touched on this part. And as for Venerable Mokkallana, I like the part where he first his journey to enlightenment, when he first practiced the beginning stage of his intense meditation in the forest. Venerable Mokkallana actually struggled badly with the state of sleepiness. Despite his determination to erect his body and keep his head upright, he often overcome by sleepiness. The Buddha actually patiently guided him in stages to get into the right concentration. So from the stage of not giving attention, not paying attention to the drowsiness, to recall on Dharma, repeat the Dharma in detail, pulling on both earlobes and rubbing limbs with hands, wash eyes with water and look around, focus on light and perceive inner brightness day and night, and also trying to walk up and down mindfully. And the last stage that we can try is lie down, lion light on the right side, being aware of the thought of rising. So these are very, very practical tips that even is applicable to all of us who practice meditation regularly. And I have tried some of the tips, like, and I find it very useful, like washing my face and also open up my eyes to look at the bright object and all this. So I find that this is very useful even up to this day. And another thing about Venerable Moggallana is he entered final Nibbana 2 weeks after Venerable Sariputta. He was attacked badly by a group of gangsters employed by the naked ascetics, aiming to eliminate him. Initially, Venerable Moggallana attempted to evade the gangster with his psychic power in order to spare them from serious karmic result of killing an Arahant. But his psychic power disappeared at the very last moment due to his past serious karma of killing his parent. This strategy showed that karmic retribution has greater effect than supernatural or psychic power. Even the state of an Arahant could not control this karmic retribution. So this, I find this very interesting and mind awakening to learn and remind myself not to be reckless and not to be hateful in our Dharma practice, and in order to avoid future bad deeds due to our ignorance. So we have to cultivate well, and also in this lifetime to accrue more good merit to reduce the effect of bad karma from previous life. So that we can achieve the eventual self-liberation. So that was for Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana. The next one is Venerable Ratha. So he was an old Brahmin, as mentioned just now. He requested to be ordained, but when eventually the Buddha granted his wish to allow Venerable Sariputta to ordain him, Venerable Sariputta patiently guided him time and again, so as to teach him what are the things to do, what are the things that he shouldn't do. And despite his old age, Venerable Ratha always received his admonition gladly, without resentment, and diligently in his practice. And eventually he attained arahantship in short time, in a few days' time. His willingness to accept correction is one of the beautiful attributes of personal development that I think I'm learning and trying to improve. And because it's not easy to accept when people point out your fault, right? Or to correct, but we have to be humble in order to improve our spiritual cultivation. And another point about Venerable Ratha is his earnestness in pursuing his goal of enlightenment. It's very inspiring to me because I think determination is very, very important for us to pursue our spiritual cultivation. And Venerable Ratha is a good example of someone who lived life to the fullest. Even though aging, he already quite old. So we all know that when we get old, our cognitive and physical function will deteriorate. But he did not surrender to his fate. So with earnestness, with his humbleness, he worked very, very hard and eventually attained his enlightenment as Arahant. So I think he's, to me, he's the best role model of a lifelong learning and a successful aging, which I think I want to, I aspire to be like that. And the next disciple that I think I learned a lot is from Visakha, the chief female patron. Visakha led a very admirable, wonderful life. She has this 5 kinds of female beauty, which he must have cultivated a lot. So she also known for her great generosity, devotion, and wisdom. And in particular, I'm very impressed with her special request with the Buddha to grant her a lifelong privilege for 8 boons. So these boons are to offer robes to the Sangha during rainy season, to offer food for the visiting bhikkhu, to offer food for the traveling bhikkhu, to offer medicine for the sick bhikkhu, to offer food for the sick bhikkhu, and to offer food to the bhikkhus attending to the sick monks, and to offer rice gruel or porridge for breakfast, and to offer bathing robe to the bhikkhuni. So to me, the first 7 is still valid, except the last one, bhikkhuni, because I have yet to get a chance to meet bhikkhuni. The way Visakha put this request of these 8 boons really clearly reflected her great devotion in supporting the monastic community and her ability to look into the details of the well-being of both the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni order. And from these boons, I learned to understand the significance of offering robe during rainy season, which is for the benefit of the monks because they need to change, and also by changing their robe, they actually uphold the image of the Sangha to look pleasant and to look respectable to the lay people. And the other practice of receiving and sending off the traveling monks is important to ensure their safety and comfort during missionary trips, which will result in smoother and successful propagation of Buddhism. Offer medicine and food to ailing monks and the attending monks, and also to offer gruel or porridge as breakfast, not just only provide care and support to the individual monks. These boons actually help to ensure the longevity of the Sangha in terms of building confidence of people to seek refuge by means of ordination. Because when people know that when they get ordained and they still get to be taken good care, then they can do their so-called cultivation practice well. So people will want to be ordained as a monk or bhikkhuni. So for me, as a devotee to the Triple Gems, I think I will definitely, and in fact, I'm already doing. I like to offer monk. I like to receive monk who travel. I have to offer food to them, and I like to offer medicine to the monks also. So this one, I think for my personal cultivation, I will gladly do this, continue to support in order to prolong the longevity of the Sangha and Buddhism as a whole. So that's all from me, Ajahn.
Okay, it's nice to hear from you, and you set the example of Sariputta, Mokkallana, Ratha, and the last one is Visakha, right?
Yes.
So it's very good.
Thank you,
and
Ajahn.
and it show character of each person that answer the question why you select those people, right? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajahn, for your teaching.
Okay, cool. So next, who is the next? Who is the next?
Yes, I can go next. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Your name is what?
Heiko.
Aiko, yes. Aiko.
Yes.
Sometimes we have converse, right? Aiko.
Yes.
Yes,
Exactly,
please.
Lumpy.
Where
Exactly,
you from?
Ajahn.
Where you
From
from?
Germany.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
But I didn't go into detail like Kim did it.
No, it doesn't matter because
So,
today all of you are my teacher. Whatever
okay.
you feel that you are free to do. Please.
So I have like 4 parts. I will just start with Venerable Lakuntabadiya Thera.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I made it a little bit easy for myself. I have one of his proverbs.
Mhm.
I went in detail in the Buddhist proverbs class from Luang Pi Waterwood. So I read a little bit about him, and he is like what is this sound from? Okay, I read a little bit about him, and he was like a short person, a small person. They called him like a dwarf, and people were sometimes speaking not nice with him about him, and he uh, he never complained about that. He never gave some harsh words or something. He just kept it, and the Buddha said the words about him that an arahant never loses his temper. He has no desire to speak harshly or to think ill of others. And then is the sentence like, he's like a mountain of solid rock, as a solid
Mhm.
rock is unshaken, so also an
Mhm.
arahant is unshaken by blame or by praise. And
Mhm.
I like this sentence because I can learn that, well, I see the equanimity, ubeka, within
Mhm.
this sentence. And I like this ubeka. I think that you can never have enough of ubeka in your life. And we all are under praise or blame, and but we react to that. Yeah, we clinging to praise and we don't like have blame. And I think ubeka is very important, yeah, in
Mhm.
daily life. So this is a good example, Untabadia. For the second one, as were supposed to do like 10 minutes, the second one is Venerable Ananda. Yeah, I think we
Another.
all Venerable Ananda, the cousin of the Buddha, one of the cousins, and he was like, yeah, helping the Buddha out of 25 years. He was like his devoted attendant. Lauren is saying something. Let me check.
Just now we have some
Okay.
interference. I think
Yeah, some interference somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from.
mic is not off.
Which mic?
Ajahn, teacher, our teacher.
No. Yes,
Is there
please.
a sound in your background,
Your mic is
Ajahn?
not off, so
I don't think so.
yeah,
Yeah,
your mic is not, it's still on.
because we are hearing something all the time.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Interference.
Thank you.
Okay. So Ananda, the most devoted attendant of the Buddha. I think that okay, for 25 years he remained Buddha's on Buddha's side, and he was like selflessly dedicating himself to this service. And Ananda had unwavering loyalty and willingness to sacrifice his own progress for the benefit of others. So I think that if Ananda would like look more on himself and his own progress, he could have attained Arahant much earlier. But he was like always serving to the group and to the Buddha, and not thinking about his own progress. We know that at the end of his life, he was like in a rush to attain arahantship in order to be part of the concile, of the first concile, but he didn't think about that during his life. So I think it is the loyalty that I see within him, not thinking about myself, but thinking about the, yeah, maybe bigger picture, or about the teacher in the first step, and like honor the teacher, what I can learn for myself in my daily lifetime. Yeah. Yeah. So Ananda encouraged me to be example, support others without prioritizing myself. The third one I have is Anathapindika. Yeah, the opposite, no, the male Visakha that Kim had already. We know that he was like a very, very wealthy lay disciple of the Buddha, and he was the greatest supporter of him. And his unwavering faith in the Dharma and his extraordinary generosity, especially through giving, were unparalleled. So this is what I can learn for myself, that I can increase much about giving, and not only giving in with the money, like just supporting the Sangha and the monks. And I think that Anathapindika, if I'm correct, one time he went so much, he gave so much that he was like already broken. He didn't have any money left, right? But he was still willing to give. And then the money came back because of his merits. And it's not about getting money back, but it's about the faith that he didn't care about what is left. He just wanted to give. And yeah, this is very extraordinary. So I can learn and try to give more in my lifetime. Yeah. And the fourth one, this would be my last one, but it is Sariputta and Moggallana. And Kim already said a lot about them. So for me, I have only like the one thing that I want to mention, because she mentioned so many things, and what my emphasis was like, yeah, they were like two friends in many lifetimes. So they had their inspiration in the one lifetime to be the right and left hand chief disciple of a Buddha in a future lifetime. And I want to emphasize on the noble friendship, like the Galayanamitta. Yeah, that like she said, one Asankhaya, they went together lifetime and lifetime, and they, in their last lifetime, the one was the person being more wise, and one was the person. So they complemented each other like perfectly, and they were also not like like jealously looking at each other. So normally the one could say like, oh, he has more psychic power, I wish I would have more of this psychic power also. Or, oh, he is wise, I would like to be more wise. But no, they were just fine with that. They had their things where they were good in, and they were just like complementing. And I think this is like perfect. Look on your own strength and maybe do something more together with people in order to reach something higher, and be this Galayanamitta to other people. Like Kim said, this is also like very important. And I finished with the Sariputta and Moggallana because I think that yeah, we also can be Galayanamitta for each other. Yeah, so without the other people here in the group, I think I would not have gone so far in the Dhamma study. So thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Heiko, right? Heiko,
Yes.
right? Your
Sure.
presentation is very good. Anyway, your present is clear, sound. And I love that Ananda, right? Ananda, what you say, that loyalty. That
Yeah.
I agree, because but anyway, as we know that our Buddhism just mostly sutta just come from his mouth. Evame Sutang, right? Every
Yeah.
sutta, right? From the mouth
Yes.
of Ananda. So that is
Yes.
the great thing. Then I love that Sariputta and Moggallana is the compliment to each other, and Each person is the half of the Buddha,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
So
You're
turn
welcome.
to next presenter. Who is should be next? Okay. Who is that?
I can go next.
Yes.
I'm Bibi
Show your face.
Sarah.
What is your name? Bibi.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, Bibi, right? Bibi Shia, right?
That's correct.
Okay, please.
So, to be honest, I have not really prepared. I just took the last 30 minutes while the other students are preparing. I prepared mine as well.
Okay, up to you.
But I can. And I think just being female, I have selected 3 female disciples from the book to present. One of them is Kema. She is of great wisdom. And the second is Queen Samabati. She's the
Samavati, yes.
embodiment of loving kindness. And
Yes.
he is Patakara. She is the preserver of the Vinaya. And maybe I can start with the story of Kema. So she's
Yes.
for her beauty, the attachment to luxury. So she had a great life. And her life changed when she visited the Buddha. The Buddha taught her the truth of impermanence. So by reflecting on this, she actually renounced her royal life and became a bhikkhuni, enlightenment. So she became one of the foremost disciples, renowned for her profound wisdom. So the main part of the that the Buddha's teaching on impermanence has led Kema to understand how attaching to the physical beauty and material possessions will lead to nowhere because life is impermanent, essentially. And something that I personally have learned as well is that we gain wisdom when we embrace impermanence and seek inner truths. So one of the how I would apply to my life is that if I have any challenges, I remind myself that a lot of what we experience is impermanent, and then from that side, and from there maybe we make decisions. It is that important. Should we lose our mind about it? Should we get angry? Should we get frustrated? And a lot of times when I think, it's impermanent, and then we move on to the next thing. So it gives me a lot of peace. But with that, I also am knowing that some things are just not worth engaging with. And that I also found that this kind of development make me a not only wiser but also a kinder person, because if I don't have peace of mind, I doubt I can share peace of mind with other people. So I find that is very helpful in a very practical sense. Then the second devotee I've chosen is Samabati. She is the embodiment of loving kindness. So she's for her extraordinary practice of loving kindness, which is metta. And despite being married to a king and face a lot of jealousy in the palace, she raised a lot of compassion, including those harmed her. Well, this is a little bit difficult to learn. We really have to practice metta in order to have true forgiveness for people who have intentionally or harmed us or have ill will. And that although it is tragic that she and her attendants were killed in the palace fire, her practice of metta actually left an enduring legacy. So what I've truly learned is to extend loving kindness and embody compassion even towards enemies. So that one is difficult. This will take a lifetime to learn. And that loving kindness is a powerful, very powerful force, so that we can overcome hatred and anger, which is one of the defilements. I think when I do my loving kindness meditation, a lot more, I find it very easy. So these days, with meditation practice, I can even have the face of people who have, ill will towards me, and it becomes quite easy to send them the loving kindness to begin with, and not to ruminate too much about the past, not to hold on to too much anger, and I think the peace that it gives me is so much more valuable than how the anger felt. The anger for some people may feel good, but I don't like that feeling. So inner peace for me is possible. So I think one of the practices that I really enjoy is metta meditation. But I always have to remind myself I must first send it to myself before I send it to other people. And I also send it to the deceased, the animals. I send it to all the and Buddhas, and by the end of that 10-15 minutes metta meditation, ready to love and be kind and ready to forgive. So if there's a people to learn about, and nothing to do with religion, just practice to make their lives better. So that would be a practice that I would like to, radiate more and help other people. Lastly would be, I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, it's Pattakara. She is the preserver of the Vinaya. So she experienced a lot of loss in her life. Her loss is unimaginable. She experienced the death of her husband, her children, her parents, and she was going through a lot of grief. And I think when she met the Buddha, I think she was so consumed. But with Buddha's teaching, she managed to find solace and clarity. And then she joined the female monastic order, and became a prominent teacher with her role as preserver of the Vinaya, which is the disciplinary rules of the female monastics. So her story actually is it's very sad, and for her to overcome so much pain and yet be able to take that learning and help others through her knowledge is very magnanimous. This is to say sometimes that if we have that inner strength and that inner peace, this strength or wisdom cannot be it doesn't have a limit. If you practice it, it only grows. If you give it, it only grows. It doesn't mean that if I share loving kindness or wisdom with other people, I will have less. So it's something that actually grows. So the key story about her, the key learning about her story is that when we have resilience and mindfulness, we can transform suffering into spiritual growth. So this is something that I find that about Buddhism, which I'm not sure how we can put it positively to people, that is not so dark. We often talk about suffering and almost saying that only with suffering could we have liberation. This, I think, as a Buddhist, I personally understand it's not so dark, but maybe people who are not Buddhist would think that, wow, this is quite a sad teaching. But be fair, we all learn from past experiences. And then the second lesson that I've learned from Pattakara is that because she is the preserver of the Vinaya, discipline and self-awareness, they are essential for a meaningful life. So without discipline and self-awareness, we are like animals, right? So if we want to be human and we want to be enlightened, discipline and awareness has to come hand in hand. So with Pratyekara's story, what I've learned is to develop resilience through mindfulness. We have to focus on our own personal spiritual growth, and then we can also share it with other people, even during hardship. So these are the 3 females I've chosen. And I did it in a very, very short period of time. I hope I got my facts right. And thank you very much for your teaching.
Thank you, Bibi Shia, right? Your name is Bibi Shia, right? From where?
4.
Hmm?
I'm from Singapore.
Oh, Singapore. Okay. That's why I just extend our area to even Bhikkhuni and Upasika, right? Because interesting that BB select one Khema, one Samavati, and one Patakan, right? Patakan to preserve Vinaya, and Samavati, who is the famous in spreading the loving kindness even to the dangerous enemy, right? That is the very, very good source from Dhammapada commentary, right? Okay. Thank you, Bibi. Your presentation is clear, and I feel that you have the inner energy too to I mean that you have Dhamma in your heart, and even you say that you are librarian, but it's okay. It's because now we stay in the contemporary society, right? Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
So turn to another presenter, please. Okay. What's your name?
My name is
Yoman.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Yoman, please.
I'm sorry. I must apologize. I did not prepare anything because I was
it's
very
okay.
busy with my work.
Prepare, I didn't mean written, but just to read that and you tell us that also preparation. This whatever you prepare.
No, not much. Very frankly speaking.
No,
I'm
it's
very sorry. That's why I'm saying that I did
Yes.
not prepare much thing on that. So
okay.
I have to be honest. Otherwise, it's very misleading if I do not say it frankly.
Okay. What did you want to say?
I'm saying I did not prepare anything. I'm very sorry for that. So
Okay. Okay.
I have to be honest.
Yes. Did you send me some paper, right? No?
Yeah, I did send, but this is not what the rest of them are doing actually.
Okay.
It's a very general thing that I just wrote. That's all.
Okay. So if what disciple that you just been, can you report to us with your just a short just from your memory if you like?
I pick up the Venerable Rahula
Yeah, please.
and Suhuti.
Supporti, yes.
Yes, and the last one is Upasana.
Upasena maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
I picked these 3 just generally they are very compassionate, vulnerable,
Yes.
and they don't care much about where are you coming from. So they have a very kind heart and accept everybody that come along with them, especially Ruhula is very good in the in the doctrines and is the teaching of the Buddha's guidance itself.
Mhm. Mhm.
And particularly, we are talking about the applying of the daily life and
Mhm.
eating habit itself, which
Mhm.
most of them are not conscious of how to eat itself. And of course, I'm also talking about Suhuti. And I feel very much a lot of learning from him regarding about the need to let go of attachment. In a sense that if we don't let go of attachment, it's very hard for us to move forwards to the next step of level of learning. So it just remind me that to be very focused on the material possession and appreciating the present moment and accepting the impermanence of life that is help us to cultivate a greater awareness of our thoughts, emotion, action, and hoping that this will help us to be a more balancing and peaceful state of mind. This is where we have to let go our attachment. And of course, talking about the Upasana, I like him is because he also another vulnerable that talking about purity, integrity, and uphold of ethical standards. Well, in this world, there's too many of corruption going around, and it seems that he is talking something very, very true, even at this present moment of life in this world. So it serves to serve a reminder to all of us that we must have the purity and integrity in all aspects of life. That's about all I can say. Hello? Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, Human, but I think
I think
Well
yeah,
done,
Professor someone has problems, I think.
yeah.
well done, Yuman. We enjoyed
Oh,
the presentation.
thank you very much.
I almost wanted to do Subhuti and also Rahula, but I
Ah,
don't know how to write, so you did better than me.
I try my best to do whatever I can, but I know he's a great scholar and he like to go around spreading about the religion.
Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you that you did very well. That even you say that you prepare don't prepare anything, but your precision is good, right? You have some. I just say that you think to us to all of us, right? At least you have the encouragement and you just report because three of disciples that you show us, somebody even some person I doesn't know, particularly interesting Subhuti as you report is he's the well known in the Mahayana tradition. One sutta just mentioned the name of Subhuti, for example. So everything is good. Thank
Okay,
you very much
thank
for your
you.
presentation.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Come to next presenter. Who is the next?
Can I
Okay, Venerable. What is your name?
หลวงพี่ลีโอครับ but you can
หลวง
call
พี่
me อะไรหลวงพี่พัฒนัยครับ
Okay.
yes โอเคครับI sorry อาจารย์ you mute you are mute ครับพอดีว่าไมค์มันโอเคเริ่มเลยนะก็ I start with พระสารีบุตรนะครับ so
Okay.
ครับ สารีบุตรthe one virtue that I took to myself and I using for my daily life is his gratitude toward everyone ในพระสารีบุตร they even one of the spoon of the rice that Rajapram he used to give to him. So he can still remember just one spoon of rice from the people who go arms round. And that deep attitude, like even his mom as well, he trying to even his mom has having like eight son and 7 of them and everyone become arahant. 7 or 8, 7 and 7 of them become arahant. But even his mom still not having the faith toward the Buddhism yet. So he tried his best to like invite all of the Deva to show up to his mom, to his mom, to change his mom faith. So that is like very profound and it take a lot of wisdom of him to trying to think the strategy to convince his mom to having the faith toward the Buddhism, and with that attitude or with that objective, so it's like everyone that having the gratitude toward him, so he trying to repay back as much as possible. So it's like he still become like very humble person because he need to teach in every rank of the social. So even the people who he want to repay back, even she or he is the lay people or every rank of that, or even the new monk, he's still saying sorry to those monks and to let them open the mind toward Pasaribut and doesn't think much better about him. So that is very, I think that he is very good, very good role model for both lay people and monk. And second is พระอานนท์ครับพระอานนท์ he's alone, he has like 5 specialty compared to the other monks. Like one is he has the best memory. Another thing is like he is the best learner. Another thing is like he is best at teaching. Another thing is like he is best at mindfulness, sati. And another thing is like he is best at the supporter or like Buddha Upatak. So it's like I think from what we know is like he is the best Buddha Upatak, and the Lord Buddha himself always also saying that, so also underline that in the past, right now, and in the future, there's no other Buddha Upatak that will be better than Pasaribut. So that is very make my mind like very compound and clear that Pasaribut, Pra Anand, he is very great compared to like in all time. So I think in order to be the best at the people beside of the Lord Buddha, he need to know very well like what is right, what is wrong, concern of the law, concern of the sila, discipline, and compare to what it should not, like in front of those people, what should I do, and in front of another group of people, what should I do or should I not, and he need to concern about Lord Buddha every time as well. So I think this is very hard task for somebody who have lower wisdom, but he need to try his best and he did very best to do that. So I think one thing that I really mentioned is like sati. So that's very cut clear for me is that Papa Anon, he has very great at mindfulness. So he can think and he can imagine what will happen if he do this, do that to those people or to everyone, and it will not reflect or it's not concerned at the Lord Buddha directly or indirectly. So I think he is very this sati can I am talking this and practice it every day for myself. And the last venerable is for me I took just 3 venerable. Another one is Pha Maha Mokkhalana, or the great disciple about the natural supernatural power. Like he is like good at the compared to the other monk, he's the best at the power. But the reason that gave him a lot of power because he sacrificed a lot. Like the best thing is like he's very sacrifice for the group of the monks, and that is mean like he need to develop of patience. So in the case of when the Lord Buddha need to teach a tough person, like the person, somebody who are very sick with their own mind, or they are the great people in their religion or something. But the Lord Buddha know that those people, they are very smart and they can be very benefit in the Buddhism. So I think Pha Maha Mokkhalana is the one who needs to get sent by the Lord Buddha, or maybe he voluntarily voting himself to convince those people. So those people may have a lot of confidence on themselves. So Pha Maha Mokkhalana, he need to show up that he is the better than them like 2 or 3 times by using the supernatural power to make them change. So a lot of people hating Pha Maha Mokkhalana, even when he died, he still died by like from the thief that getting high, from the other religion that hating Pha Maha Mokkhalana because he is very superpower. So people become respect Pha Maha Mokkhalana instead of them. So I think he need to like take the burden a lot from a lot of other culture to him. He need to be very like open mind and forgive and best at forgiving. So I think this is very like the job that is very tough, and because he want to sacrifice him a lot for the Buddhism. So I think this is one of the good part that we can develop, that okay, if we want to change some people's mind, we need to make ourselves as good as much as possible, be patient and forgiving for others. I think the benefit in the last time, in the last results. ครับ that's all ครับ สาธุ
Thank you very much, Venerable Pasanai, right? Your name is Pasanai. Okay. Very much that the 3 example, Sariputta and Ananda and Mokkhalana. Interesting, you put Ananda up after Sariputta and Mokkhalana in the 3rd position. No, it doesn't matter because it's up to you, because now today is it's your day. Whatever you say is right thing. Okay. So all of you are 1 person left, right? I don't know. Who is the name?
Flow on. Can you hear me?
Okay. What is your name? Lauren. Lauren,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Lunot, right? Lauren, okay.
Yeah.
Go on, Lauren.
Take my note.
Lauren, you are from where? From France?
Yes, I'm from France.
Okay. Please.
I am little afraid and ashamed to speak in front of you because my English is not very good, and I realize that I did not understand the assignment properly. I took too much time to summarize the story of Ananda, and after I have not enough time for other disciples. You understand? Yes. Okay. My English is not good because I had to learn English very late.
You are better than us. Your English
And
better than us.
and I have to translate everything on Google because my words is not complete. So I choose Ananda and just one, and because I have not enough time for other disciples after. Ananda is for me an example to follow. It does not ask anything to gain something personal, but for the good of the Buddha and the Sangha. His whole journey is selfless. He sincerely loves the Buddha, perhaps even a little too much in relation to the Dhamma, which means that you will only find enlightenment later after the death of the Buddha, because he remains above all humans attached to the Buddha, but also to the lay people who devote an enormous amount of time to, which will earn with reprimands from other monks who will reproach him for not meditating enough and for devoting himself too much to other matters, only to oneself and to meditation. Ananda was the constant companion, assistant, and helper of the Blessed One for 25 years. He was totally devoted to the Buddha. During the day, he serves the Happy One by preparing water for him, by cleaning his cutie, preparing all things for his well-being. And at night, he stands guard, something even risking his life for the Buddha, like the time when Devadatta sent a drunken and hungry elephant to kill the Buddha. Ananda was known as the disciple who attained enlightenment in none of the 4 traditional postures: walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. The meditation of Ananda struggle on the eve of the council is still for me the advice on the practice of meditation. Do not give up, not interpret the practice too rigidly. I end by specifying that Ananda is considered as the guardian of the Dhamma. He had an immense and total knowledge on the speeches and teaching of the Buddha, and although the other disciples were declared by the Buddha himself as the first in equality. It's all for me. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Your mic is off.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Robin. You have done very good and best for me, right?
Yes, thank you.
Do you know when you speak something, you speak the Dhamma. You even you read the teaching of the Buddha. That is the worthwhile thing. That is the good thing. Okay. So whatever you have done is very good for me. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. So I think nobody left, right? All of us has present, right? Okay. That is the concluding part of our course in the, how can I say, history of the Buddha's disciple, right? Okay. So at first I have to say thank you very much to Raren and to all of you that you decide to join the course. I would like to say one thing. Everything you have done is the best ever, because this is can be summarized in terms of pioneer, right? Because this course never happened before in the world. All of you just passed the last year, Natham 3, the elementary Natham course, and today is the intermediate, right? And maybe you just feel that it's not okay, but that is the best thing that I used to say, because this is pioneer. Pioneer means nobody have traced this road before. You are the first group that follow this road. Okay. So what is the importance of the studying the Buddhist disciple? In Buddhism, the three things that is the most important, is most valuable. That is the triple gem or triple gem or Paratanatrai, right? What is the meaning of triple gem or triple gem? The first thing is the Buddha. The second thing is the Dhamma. And the third thing is the Sangha. That is the wherever you live, if you feel, if you take the three things as your refuge, right? You will be safe, and you will be, how can I say, you will be safe and good luck in everywhere. And what is the importance of the teaching? We study from the last year, we study about history of the Buddha, right? Particularly when he, after getting enlightenment, he hesitated. We know that he hesitated to teach the Dhamma. Why he hesitated? Because he feel that what the thing he enlightened is too deep, very difficult to other people to follow, right? But later he decided to teach the Dhamma. So he decided to teach the Dhamma. First Dhamma is the Dhammacakkappavattana. Dhammacakkappavattana is the first sermon, right? So you can see the two levels. The first thing, the Buddha. The second thing, the Dhamma, right? The Buddha already there. The Dhamma is already there. Today, I don't know who is the present about the Kapina. Kapina, let me see. The first person present about the Kapina. Kapina just heard about the word Buddha. He feel very happy, right? Because it's not easy. Because it's not easy to be born in the time of the Buddha in the world. That is the first thing. This term difficult in Buddhist. Even the Buddha is there, and the second difficult is to understand his teaching. Okay, so the second thing, the Buddha already there, the Dhamma already there, because the Dhamma, the his teaching is the nature. Dhamma is here in the world. Even the Buddha come to be born or not, right? Because Dhamma is the law of nature. But the third thing, the Sangha, that's why we study this course. Because this course started study about the Sangha. So the Sangha means disciple of the Buddha, community of the Buddha. You see, if the first group of Sangha, the first band of the Sangha is the Panchavakkhya or the five ascetic, right? And the first Sangha is the Gontanya that we have studied. And why Gontanya become the first Sangha? Because he unenlightened the meaning of ยังกินจิสมุทัยธรรมังสัพพันตังนิโรธธรรมัง If anything happen, that happen by the cause, because the heart of the Dhamma is the cause and effect. The cause and effect, even the law of karma is the law of the cause and effect. Okay, that is the after. Can you imagine? After Anya Kontaya understand this point, the Buddha exclaimed very happy with great satisfactory, right? Because he at first he is not sure that the thing he get enlightenment somebody will follow, but later it's what proof that Anyakotaya understand. So can you imagine if I would like to say in the common language or the language, right? I would like to say that the Buddha want to cry with happy that somebody just follow his about his teaching. So that is the importance of Triplancham. And Triplancham is the body of the Buddhism at the whole picture. Okay. So the important that our class comprised of monk, of the lay man, of the lay women, but we just be without just women monk, but anyway, all of you representative of the Sangha or Buddhist community, right? Can you remember one thing? The evil one always ask for the Buddha to pass away, but the Buddha replied to the evil one that he will never go enter Nirvana as long as his disciple, I mean his Buddhist community is not strong enough. What is the meaning of strong or strength? That means his disciple understand his teaching correctly. Okay. Then can respond to non-Buddhist people who just blame Buddhists in that way, in this way. We can respond, we can reply, we can explain the Buddha teaching. That is our duty. So what is the duty of Buddhist disciple? I don't know whether you are Buddhist disciple or not, but I just assume that all of us 7 life in this class already profess to Buddhism, right? So what is the important part of to be Buddhist? 2 things. The first thing you study, understand the heart of Buddhism, right? The heart of Buddhism is the selflessness, anatta. The thing that the Prince Siddhartha got enlightenment. Today, one thing. He got enlightenment when he studied with the 2 teachers, Alalaka and Uttaka. He is expert on calming meditation. What is the reason of calming meditation? Like a Mokkhalana. Mokkhalana that we study today. Calming meditation cause of magical power, cause of other people mind reading, like a Mokkhalana. Then the Buddha not satisfied with that practice, so he create himself the new way of practice. What is the new creation made by the Prince Siddhartha at that moment? That is called insight meditation or vipassana. So vipassana is the to see the thing as it is or as they are. That is the part of, how can I say, the part of the wisdom, right? You see why the Buddha just select two disciples, Sariputta and Mokkhalana, as the how can I say, not great disciple, maybe the great disciple, right? Like a left and right, right? The question is why he don't select Kassapa or particularly Ananta that many people just present today. When compare about the number of specialized, Ananta is the best, as the Venerable just the last person present, right? But do you know that is the point of Buddhism is the, do you know? Maybe I would like to say to you, what is the quality of the Buddha? Number one is the wisdom. Number second is the compassion. Number third is the purity. That is the qualification of the Buddha. And among the three qualifications of the Buddha, Sariputta contain the wisdom. Mokkhalana contain, maybe here can be compared to the compassion. So in Buddhism, like we have left hand and the right hand. So wisdom and compassion, maybe, do you know, maybe quite too wing, if you like, is too extreme. Because may I would like to say that about the logic and emotion. Do you know? Logic and emotion. Magical power mostly come from emotion part. Wisdom comes from the logical part. But the Buddha have everything. You see, the one way to interpret the middle way is middle way between the reason and emotion, right? Today topic, some people just say about what the Sona Polavisa, too extreme. So that is the part of we as the Buddhists to understand and understand yourself. Okay, two things that are necessary task for all of us. The one thing we have to understand the true teaching of the Buddha, the heart of the Buddha teaching. We have to understand what is the selflessness. Do you know by nature, all of us, by true color that we collect from the many past life, the one thing we collect greed, the one thing we collect hate, and the third thing we collect delusion. The Buddha show opposite thing to the three things. Greed, he show dana or giving that the one person just present today that who is that about the dana, right? Dana for eliminate the greed thing. Compassion to eliminate the hate, right? And wisdom in this sense to understand the a non-self or anatta to eliminate the delusion. That is the thing that we have to. If you understand already, it's okay. If you not yet, we have to try to understand. This is the very important rule. Okay, that is the first rule. The second golden rule is the after knowing, we have to propagate or show this thing to general public. Do you know what is come to my mind? Whatever all of your 7 members present to me, I'm very happy today because I'm your student. You are my teacher today. I feel that all of you can be very good representative of Buddhism. Even the people, even you are say that your English is not good. Even the people, I'm not prepared well. But do you know, for me, you have done best thing because inside yourself, you have, I would like to say the Mahayana word, you have a seed of the Buddha in yourself, in your body, in your mind, right? You have seed already, then maybe you can grow, you can develop that. So we follow the way the Buddha have done. We have to propagate giving, right? Compassion and wisdom to eliminate the suffering. Just somebody just say that why the people, the Buddhists just say about suffering. That only original word, but when we look at the whole picture, we will understand. That is my last word to say to all of you. So I would like to say thank you very much to all of you, and we will join hands together and work for the Buddhism and for the Buddha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, อาจารย์
Thank you too.
Okay. Thank you very much. If we have a good luck, we can see you later. And if you
Thank
want
you
to
very
contact
much.
me, you have already my email, right? You can contact me via my email. Thank you.
Thank you for your teaching อาจารย์ สวัสดีค่ะ
ครับ สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ ขอบคุณครับ